Okay, it is Monday, so now we can check out how the movies from Friday did and if they popped or if they flopped. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Five Nights at Freddys 2. Wow, actually is in first place. That's very surprising. I said on Friday that this would be the only movie that does well out of Kill Bill, 100 Nights of Hero, Hamnet, Fackham Hall, Merrily We Roll Along, and then what was the other one? Jujutsu Kaisen Execution, which I don't know how that one like fourth place, not bad. So Five Nights at Freddys 2, first place, $63 million. I was saying 50 to 100. If it's a little bit better than Wicked, I mean, Wicked is at 300, so, but it's not good though, and I think that's affecting it now. Zootopia 2, I'm very surprised. Wow. See what I'm saying? All of these movies are mixed. Wicked, Five Nights at Freddys 2 was only because the first one did good financially. Low $20 million or whatever it was. Now this one's 40 or 50 for this one. I mean, it's close to making its money back. And then, let's see. So Jujutsu Kaisen Execution, 10 million. And I'm just very surprised. Now You See Me is dropped. And then Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, 3 million. What? I forgot what I said. I forgot what I said. I thought I said 10 million or something. Eternity is still hanging on. Kinda. Hamnet is all the way down in 8th place. Merrily We Roll Along dropped all the way down. Even though it's from Sony. That's so funny. It's just, I mean, that's obviously wasn't going to do well anyways. And then Fackham Hall. Wow, really? This is going to go to streaming real soon. It's not even in the, like, it's in 1,100 theaters. It only made, oh man. Why didn't they, if they should have gotten like Colin Farrell or some Rowan Atkinson, Pierce Brosnan even. They should, if they had 1 or 2 stars in it, I don't know about the main role, but a second role, it's a very prominent role, and they're in it a lot. That's how it should have been. I think it would have made the movie better. You know, like, oh, is that Colin Farrell in the background? It's, you know, it would, because I don't know. I don't know if Jimmy Carr is a real pull. People know him. He's very famous, I guess, but, or you know what I mean. I don't think everybody knows him. And then let's see, 100 Nights of Hero dropped all the way down. They said, get that one out of here. I think that's it. These are all the rest of them. Now I'm going to check out some new fan reviews for these movies. Five Nights at Freddys 2, 364 reviews. December 7. Yeah, so this one was yesterday. 6 out of 10 stars. Better than the first movie, but still has problems. Well, as a Five Nights at Freddys fan, I must say I haven't really enjoyed either of the films, to be honest. They're alright, but aren't really scary. That is so weird. Since these are supposed to be horror movies, it just disappoints me that they couldn't really frighten me at all. On the bright side, FNAF2 set, props, and other things used in the movie are very well made, so I'll give credit where credit is due. The soundtrack also is pretty good and helps set the mood in a scene. Okay, about the ending, it was kind of bad. They just sort of left it off like that so suddenly. But the end credit scene makes up for it in some capacity. And then I'll give the movie a 5.6 out of 10. So there's an end credit scene. That's interesting. Wow, so this guy, that seems like a pretty legitimate review. Interesting. What would the twist be? That the thing is the father or something? I don't know. You know what I mean? Or it's the dad all along or whatever. A franchise that lost its touch. 1 out of 10 stars. Also yesterday. If there's anything I learned about horror games and films, modern horror game titles becoming full theatrical cinema adaptations just doesn't fit well at all. It feels very bland and a waste of time. with storytelling, budget usage, and actor casting. Such a straight-up disaster. By all means, you're probably better off watching classic horror films from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, or if you want something more cartoony-themed horror, Courage the Cowardly Dog is your best choice for comedy and kids horror. Wow. 9 out of 10 stars. 5 Nights at Freddys 2 delivers exactly what fans were hoping for. That's, it's got a low rating, though. I don't know. How can you say this? This is exactly what the fans are hoping for, and the fans don't like it. 10 out of 10 stars. Amazing movie. As a fan of the games and books, I like this movie because it gives us a bit of the real story. For those who don't know much about FNAF2, it shows some elements from the games, like the way the animatronics behave and how the gameplay works. The movie is funny and a little scary too, and I'm really excited to see the next one. I hope it comes out soon. They're making a third one? There you go. Okay, well, maybe I don't know. I thought the first one made a lot of money, but it has bad reviews and a low rating. So what am I supposed to think? I thought it seems like the people don't like it, but then maybe it's like a dumb thing, like you love it because you hate it. Oh, you know what I mean? You hate it and you love it, whatever, you know? You love it because it's so bad. There's a few movies that are like that. 10 out of 10 stars, awesome movie. 10 out of 10 stars, 5 Nights at Freddys 2. 10 out of 10 stars, best film ever. So good. Wow. Some high ratings and some low. Really big difference on these ratings. Very predictable and bad writing. 4 out of 10 stars. FNAF2. Interesting. Cringe. This says 10 out of 10. I liked it. Thought it was better than the first one. Interesting. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next movie, Jujutsu Kaisen Execution. 6 to 8 reviews. The ones on Friday that I was reading, or Thursday, whatever, or Saturday. I put it out Saturday. They're saying that this is basically a recap of the previous season or something. And lazy cash grab. So I think that this is, a cash grab. It's just to trick you. They need money and they didn't want to write new stuff. So they just made a stupid and whatever. A recap movie. So as you can see, I think it's affecting the movie. Lazy cash grab. They recap half of season 2 in 30 minutes. Yeah. Just wait. Recap movie for real? Disappointment? Yeah. Look, they didn't even try. That sucks. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm not going to read any more on that. That's why this movie's not doing well. Next one is Kill Bill. The Whole Bloody Affair. I would look forward to this one. This one seems pretty interesting because it's pre-NC-17 rating thing, whatever. Because the violence has gone way past this movie's level. Tarantino violence has nothing now. You know, The Boys has topped it. I'm pretty sure The Boys has the worst violence around. 33 reviews. This is from yesterday. 10 out of 10. Vengeance Unbound. Okay, let's see what this is. Volume 1 and 2 put together. Okay. Vengeance Unbound. Seeing Tarantino's Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair on the big screen today, over 2 decades after its initial chapters, was not just a screening, it was an event. To watch the sprawling, glorious revenge epic put back together as one continuous piece presented exactly as Tarantino intended, felt like witnessing cinema history made whole. This unified version of the saga is, without a doubt, one of my favorite Tarantino movies, and its enduring appeal is astonishing. The film retains every bit of the kinetic energy, the jaw-dropping style, and the emotional weight that made the original volumes instant classics when I first saw them. The sheer scope of this whole bloody affair transforms the viewing into a profound journey. It's a masterclass in homage, weaving together the aesthetics of spaghetti westerns, classic kung fu, Japanese samurai films, and anime into a dazzling operatic whole. Uma Thurman's iconic performance as the bride is a towering achievement, a figure of mythological resolve and deeply human pain. The relentless pacing, the unforgettable needle drops that punctuate every moment of stylized violence, and the vibrant cinematography create a sensory overload that works best on the largest canvas possible. Watching it today, the experience was visceral, thrilling, and ultimately deeply satisfying, solidifying its place as one of the definitive action epics of the 21st century. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I don't think this could really go bad. It's if your movie was at an 8 and the only thing that ruined it was having to split it and it would have been a 10 or 9, going back and fixing it and putting it out how it should be, it's gonna get the rating that it should have gotten, which is, I guess, 10 out of 10. That's so cool. imagine if like, see, that's the thing. Well, I guess Snyder went through the same thing at Warner Brothers with the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. They filmed all of this other stuff, and then you saw the movie and you're like, what is this crap? 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10. And then Snyder gets Tarantino the whole bloody affair treatment or whatever, a chance, something. But now he gets to do it he'll be able to do it to his movie. Oh, he kind of did it, I mean, and put the whole movie back with Cyborg's storyline, and it came out to being a 4-hour movie like this. So that's pretty cool. The funny part, everybody wants Snyder to finish those Justice League 2 and 3. It's just 2 more movies. It's insane. So sad. But if, let's say they filmed Justice League 2 and 3, they have all of that footage. They fight Darkseid, Granny Goodness, Steppenwolf, whatever. He comes back, whatever, right? Brainiac is there, other Green Lanterns, whatever. And like it turns out that they did film all of that. And then one day in the future, Snyder will be able to get the rights or whatever and be allowed to finish the movie with the footage that was already shot. And then you'll get this, That could be... I mean, that's not exactly the same way because this is exactly like with Justice League, but the other thing I said with the 2 and 3 movies, it would be a slight variation to this idea, but that would be that. I mean, this is pretty cool though. 8 out of 10, volume 1 and 2 put together. It's a sprawling fusion of the first 2 films, creating a nearly 5-hour experience that feels both indulgent and exhausting in equal measure. Wow. Exhausting. Now, this is funny. While the concept of stitching the saga into one extended narrative sounds exciting on paper, the reality is that it becomes a daunting sit, especially without the natural breathing room that came from the original theatrical separation. Oh, you know what? It's probably just not used to it, but because it's such like, hey, you're going to come in for a 15-minute thing today. And you go in there, hey, it's actually 5 hours. And you're like, what? Like, you're not used to it, even though the 5 hours is going to give it more time to explain stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? And not have it have that rushed feeling. The uninterpreted runtime makes the experience feel heavier, even though the story itself remains just as engaging and stylish. What still works beautifully is the character journey at the center. Thurman delivers a commanding and nuanced performance as the bride, embodying rage, vulnerability, and determination in a way that anchors the entire epic. Seeing her performance stretch across this longer cut gives the character a more immersive emotional through line. Even when the pacing starts to feel overwhelming, the action, choreography, stylized violence, and genre blending flair remain electric and entertaining. This version does benefit from subtle additions and refinements. The extended scenes and color adjustment help certain moments breathe better, and some character interactions feel more fleshed out. It gives the world a slightly richer feel. It makes the overall narrative feel more polished in presentation, even if the core structure remains unchanged from the original 2 films. Ultimately, the combined cut is a fascinating novelty for fans, but not necessarily the best way to experience the story. It's still incredible in terms of performances, direction, and style, but the sheer length works against it. It's best viewed as an optional special version of the for dedicated viewers rather than a replacement for watching the 2 films separately. Yes, this might be for the hardcore Tarantino / filmmaker fans, who actually make film and kind of, are influenced by Tarantino. They are going to really love this. But maybe the second row of Tarantino fans who are absolutely obsessed as well, but they are able to maybe criticize a little bit, they're a little more honest, whatever, and they're more about the movie, not the movie making part, but the story part, the movie part, you know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. Pretty interesting. 7 out of 10, a bizarre domestic child custody drama, Tarantino style. Okay. Rent a Straight Line, 8 out of 10, great saga, but works better as 2 films. Interesting. Just finished watching the whole bloody affair. It's the same story, The changes occur mostly with Volume 1. Vernita's dialogue with her daughter is slightly different. Oren's anime sequence has an extra scene, and the full Crazy 88 fight scene is in color throughout. In one bit where they, semi-spoiler, whatever, they actually show the bride cut off Sophie's other arm. There's a 20-minute intermission. Then volume 2. So there is an intermission. Okay. Because then that would mean that each movie's extended by like 30 minutes to make up 5 hours. So it's the same runtime kind of for each one, but some things are switched. So it might not be like the movie was an hour the first time, hour and a half, and then now it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours or whatever. It's the same runtime with different scenes. That's what it seems like. And there's a 20-minute intermission. I was thinking that would probably be necessary because 5-hour Tarantino movie, I'm sure people not going to mind it, but 20-minute intermission, that's actually a long time. Really? That's actually a long time. My main gripe is that it didn't add anything new to the film. It's really no different than watching Volume 2 right after watching Volume 1. Are you sure? I thought they changed a lot of stuff. Well, no. I mean, yeah, you said that. But I'm pretty sure that they changed more stuff. I don't want to read any more in case of spoilers. Next is Fackham Hall. Fackham Hall. You got to say it like that. Fackham Hall. Let's see. So 10 reviews. Yeah, and it dropped all the way down. Let's see. These new reviews. Let's see. One of them from yesterday? Nope. From Saturday. 7 out of 10. Superly fun in a tasteful way. I honestly hate these types of movies usually, but this one was a banger. It gave me a good laugh when I needed one and delivered on the comedy. It never felt like it went too far and had taste compared to others in this genre. I'm not sure how it would hit the second time of watching this, but I truly enjoyed watching it this time. Happy it made it to my local big screen with one time slot a day. That's funny. What? Watch on AMC with Heather? Like this guy works at like a movie review company, and your employees are supposed to go see movies to do reviews. And they said, okay, to prove it, include the receipt, your box, your movie stub, whatever, or write who you saw it with, at what theater, and what date. And then the boss is going to call AMC and be like, was there a guy and a girl named Heather there on the 5th, and they saw a movie called Fackham Hall? And they'll be like, Yep, they were here at 2:30. You know? And then this guy gets paid for his review or something. Let's see, 2 out of 10 tries too hard. Something is less. Sometimes less is more. And this time there was way too much. There was a couple of laughs, but the jokes, it tried to pass as jokes, came one after another. Wow. Well, yeah, see, it's supposed to be like Airplane or The Naked Gun 4, whatever, that just came out. It's just hilarious. Highly recommend that movie. 7 out of 10. Laugh a little, but not a lot. 8 out of 10. Still chuckling. Saw it tonight without any real explanations. That being said, I thought it delivered exactly what this sort of comedy should. It was full of jokes. And though I didn't laugh at all of them, I laughed at a lot. And I am still chuckling over a couple now, hours later. If you're in the mood for some lighthearted fun, then this movie is well worth watching. I thoroughly enjoyed it. FML, this was LOL funny. Cool. Okay, I read some of it. 10 out of 10. Is it top secret? No. Is it Airplane? Not really. Is it raunchy? Maybe. Depends who you talk to. The funniest LOL part for me was the priest. I could not stop laughing, spit out my popcorn. I know I did. Some commas would be nice. You may kiss the choir boys. You may kiss. The choir boys will not perform for you. I know, that was funny. That's some Jimmy Carr stuff. And a ticklish twinkle, twinkle, little night of pure laughter. I could not stop. Funny. Okay. A few chuckles and predictable. Yeah, well, the laughs, humor is funny either way, but if it's a corny joke, you know, some people will laugh at a joke no matter what. It's just funny is funny, but, you know, or especially if it's like, if you don't set the bar too high, it's like, oh, this is going to be exquisite humor, and it's fart jokes. It's like, come on, just say a silly comedy, and then whatever, you know what I mean? The jokes are whatever. Whatever the jokes are, those are the jokes. 10 out of 10, ridiculous, excellent, ridiculous, fun. Wow. Misses every mark. Oh yeah, I read that one already. Well, anyways, those are the reviews for Fackham Hall. Next, we could check out Hamnet, which they should do a website called smokedhams.net, I think, for the holidays. So 55 reviews. I read a few on Friday or Thursday. 55 reviews. So 9 out of 10. It breaks your heart, that makes it sore. After winning Oscars for Frances McDormand and herself by portraying contemporary America as Nomadland, Chloe Zhao from Eternals goes back 400 years to Elizabethan England to create her next masterpiece. It's called Hamnet. It's excruciating and profound. You probably won't get through it dry-eyed. It breaks your heart. That makes it sore. Wow. 4 out of 10. Disbelief. I'm not willing to suspend disbelief. Thusly, when I saw the father bullying Will, I thought, I wonder if this is real to the extent of as much as we know. I mean, I guessed it wasn't so good. Old Google or Google AI, much to my dismay, reports there is no evidence, and likewise no evidence that Will had any emotional difficulties to speak. So guess what? People need AI. AI should come in and be like, hey, are you sure you want to post this? It doesn't make any sense. The sentence structure is all off. The grammar and everything's wrong. You want to send it? Okay, all right. Recommend changing this part here. Okay, all right, send it. You know, it's like, just let the AI fix this. You know, I can't watch this anymore, not for the cinematography or the acting or the sob story I suppose, because why do writers get such artistic license to paint people's lives in such an unflattering light? Nah, not for me. This is this guy's review. All right, 8 out of 10. Get thee to a hanky. Greetings again from the darkness. Watching so many movies each year usually raises my defense mode against cinematic emotional manipulation. However, all hope is not lost for me, as the best filmmakers are talented writers and top-notch actors can still get to me, as evidenced by the latest from writer-director Chloe Zhao, 2 Oscars for Nomadland in 2020, plus the underappreciated The Rider in 2017. And novelist screenwriter Maggie O'Farrell, her 2020 novel is the source material. Oh, cool. Yeah. Anyways, 6 out of 10, The Tragedy of Hamnet, one of the saddest films of recent years. Hamnet, I think I read this one already on Thursday. Anyways, 9 out of 10 is the most beautiful movie I've seen in years. 2 out of 10, so much hype, so disappointing. Keep your heart open. God, these are 3 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I don't know what to believe. Next is Merrily We Roll Along, which at 2.5 hours, I don't think that has a chance. 5 reviews so far. So 5 reviews. First one, 10 out of 10. I might have read that one already. 10 out of 10. First Broadway revival of Sondheim musical you would have been proud of. I was fortunate enough to see this revival of Merrily We Roll Along in November 23. What? Oh yeah, this is based off a play. Or it's filmed there. The other one explained it better. I read that one on Friday. Although Lindsay Mendez was not in it. She, Daniel Radcliffe, and Jonathan Croft have great chemistry with portraying these characters. The music and the story is so inspiring. It was wonderful to see this musical on the big screen that had filmed in front of an audience before the production closed. Oh, it was wonderful to see this musical on the big screen that had filmed in front of an audience before the production closed. Is this the movie? Sondheim would have been proud of this production of a musical that was unlike anything audiences had seen when it opened on Broadway in 1981. Recommend seeing the documentary about the making of the original production, the best thing that ever happened. Interesting. So the movie looked like a movie play, like the Good Night and Good Luck one. 7 out of 10. It was fun, just not my thing. Merrily Roll Along is a theatrical musical production adapted for the big screen, capturing the essence of its stage origins while attempting to translate its story to a cinematic format. At its core, the narrative follows 2 lifelong friends, both playwrights and a female novelist, whose relationships with each other evolve and strain over time due to fame, ambition, and life's inevitable changes. The play's structure and storytelling highlight the bittersweet realities of personal and professional growth, showing how the characters' bonds are tested as successful and individual choices intervene. While the premise is strong, the film adaptation struggles to fully capitalize on the intimate charm of live theater. Interesting. See, I mean, it's like you have to make a version of everything nowadays. If it's a play, you usually make a movie. Everything gets a movie version eventually. What's funny is things don't really get a play version of them. You know, like if Kevin Feige or Disney, whatever, Bob Iger, they opened up a stage play studio where they do like Thunderbolts live on stage for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if they could do that. They should figure out a way to do that with the action scenes in it, with holograms or something. They could do stunts on stage like that. I don't know how they're going to do that. Avengers 1, Thor versus Iron Man in the forest. I don't know how they're going to do that scene on stage. They could use the volume. Oh, they could have a stage with the volume and strings and stuff and harnesses and whatever, holograms and everything. And then, so they can do real-time in-camera graphics, green screen stuff with the volume so we see it. I guess they could technically do that. All right, I'm not going to read any more for this movie. Seems okay. I don't think it's going to do well, though. The last one is 100 Nights of Hero. Didn't do well, unfortunately. And it's starring Emma Corrin. That's so cool. And Richard Grant. Pretty funny. Let's see. 11 reviews for this movie. Nobody wanted to see this one. Let's see. 5 out of 10. Interesting visuals. Bird-brained plot. Saw 100 Nights of Hero at an early screening as part of the Regal mystery movie. Oh, I might have read this one. The film focuses on a patriarchal society that uses religion to control women in all aspects of life. It's a tale as old as time, but here they worship Birdman. Unfortunately, the film can't gain enough steam to take off. Positives. Excellent use of stained glass lighting to express emotions of scenes. That's a thing. Oh my. Cast is sufficient in acting, interesting costume choices, fitting orchestral electronica score. That's it. Negatives. Oh my god. Themes are very surface level. Lens flare effect on all candles. The little halo thing, I guess. Wow. Yeah, lens flare. All that kind of. Plot jumps between main story and stories within stories without much connection. Feels like a school project. Scenes are cluttered with objects. Felt like a music video set. 100 Nights of Hero is okay at best. It feels like a teenage introduction to dealing with the patriarchy and feminism. It wasn't boring, but was certainly unremarkable. Sorry. Gremlin Lord 615. Full review on YouTube. Oh, wow. Wow, oh, that's cool. Here is this guy's channel, by the way. Gremlin Lord 615. Pretty cool. There's a lot of reviews. Here's that one that I just read. This is that review. Pretty hilarious. This guy does a lot of movie reviews, so check him out. So yeah, anyways, next one is 3 out of 10. Nichloas is the only reason anyone's watching this film. Yeah, I already read that one. But yeah, there's that review. This seems like the best review for this movie from this guy. A quick recap is Five Nights at Freddys 2 popped with 63 million. I think it's going to keep going. It should hit 200? I don't know. Look at the movies that are coming out. It's Five Nights at Freddys 2 is going to hold it for a bit. I think Wicked's going to drop a little lower. And then until Avatar comes out, and all the movies are going to be under that one. Anaconda, do you think Anaconda is going to suck or actually be a good movie? Why can't they just make a good movie? Anaconda is going to be one of those movies that sucks. Watch. Like, War of the Worlds with Ice Cube or whatever. It's going to be like that. It's going to be a bad movie. Apparently, that movie was made during COVID, I think, or something, right? So that has a reason, which I don't know why isn't being told more. You know, be like, oh, why did the movie suck? Oh, well, because it was filmed during COVID. Oh. I'm like, you made that now? That's different. But I don't think any of these movies are gonna. What is that? Until next year. What comes out next year? Look, nothing's coming out. 20 years later. There you go. That'll be a big one. Avatar is going to hold first place all throughout this December, of course, and then throughout January. And I don't know. Dust Bunny? On Thursday, I'm going to check all those out. I don't know what that is. I saw something that made me have a different opinion about Dust Bunny. That looks like a legitimate movie. So yeah, on Thursday, we're going to go over these movies. And then Jujutsu Kaisen made 10 million, fourth place. Kill Bill, the new one, The Whole Bloody Affair, 3 million. I don't think that movie's going to have a chance to, it's already at sixth place. It's not going to go back up. You know, that would be funny if that happened. If next week, everyone's like, whoa, Kill Bill. And then Gen Z and everybody, millennial, everyone like goes to the theater for some reason to see this, and it goes back up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to first place. I don't think that would have ever happened. Apparently, Deadpool and Wolverine was going to be released as under a fake movie title. And I was like, I don't think that's ever been done. Imagine you go to a movie theater and there's a movie no one's seeing, and that's Deadpool and Wolverine that made $1 billion. It would come out, it would land in 5th or 6th place, right? And then the word would get out, hey, this is secretly a Marvel movie or whatever, and they tricked everybody. Go see it, and it's gonna go back up. So it'll have like a $6 million opening day, and then it'll have, what do you call that? It'll be like $6 million opening day, and then the following few days it makes 200 million or 300 million. I guess you could call it like, there'd be a slow burner movie or something like that, or a slow burn movie, something like that. Yeah, it would be kind of funny though. And then Hamnet dropped all the way down. Merrily We Roll Along didn't do well. They were going to get it out of the theater. Like, hey, take this crap out of here. And then they said, no, take Fackham Hall instead. And take 100 Nights of Hero. Get out of here. So, I don't know. The Running Man. Darn, The Running Man did not hit, did it? That's. I thought it was going to be kind of fun. I mean, the Long Walk and The Running Man, both by Richard Bachman, whatever the guy's name is, Stephen King. And those are all the movies that came out on Friday.